unquote, but I mean, that was so good. I took a picture. I try to take a picture of them and it turns out to be like a big. Me too, same thing. I beat the game when I was a kid. At one point, you have to go into this tower and work your way up the tower and find all that stuff. And like, it's so convoluted and stuff. How in the hell did a kid, an 8-year-old, figure this out?
But we did.
I know. We all did.
Okay.
Yeah. I do know that. I'm pretty sure you can cheat if you just aim at the light. It'll go. It'll act like a hit. Really? Yeah. It has to be like a light bulb. Not like I don't know if it works. Also, no, it doesn't work on flat screens. Speaking of Fallout, the show.
It's fun out here, right?
Comes out Thursday.
Yeah.
It looks so fucking good. I don't want to get my hopes up, but at the same time, I got my hopes up.
Well, it's Amazon. And Amazon's been doing really good with their show.
Tonight I shot with Jeremy. Jeremy's an old friend of mine who I've actually been saving to do something kind of special. I wanted to get something unique that we haven't both tried because he shares his love for different kinds of whiskeys as I do. But, you know, sometimes when the time is right, the time is right. Really appreciated him taking the time to come down after working his butt off all day. He had a lot to say, and he always has a very interesting conversation.
It up so I can see what's going on.
Make sure it's all looking good.
Yeah, because I find the weird thing is that if you flip it, the camera screen sucks.
Oh yeah, the camera's terrible on the selfie picture. Yeah.
This one is actually does really good.
Nice. Yeah, that's pretty good actually. Everybody talks about the iPhone camera and how great it is and all that. I'm like, Samsung's just as good. I don't see the difference. Oh, I also saw I have one friend that uses an iPhone, and every time she sends me, every time she sends me videos, it comes in real shitty, like real crap. And it turns out there's a setting you have to go into to go in and like change it to, I forget what it's called, adaptable or something like that, to where it uses whatever the best quality is to send it.
Actually, now with the newer phones, or you can get it on yours too, if you use Google Messenger instead of Samsung Messenger, it'll do it because it does it through the RCS system.
I use the Message Plus or whatever, only because it has like the group messages.
Okay.
And I was in a couple for fantasy football, which I'm deleted now. I don't care anymore. I lost so bad this year. Oh.
Well, we have to break these in.
Okay.
This is the first time I've ever used them other than washing them.
What's that?
It's just little wooden highballs.
Oh, nice. That's
not
cool.
Highballs, but little wooden rocks glasses.
Yeah, that's cool.
You're not both going to fit, are you?
Yeah, you can make it fit. Just slide that a little bit that way. Yeah, it works.
But yeah, that's been the only thing. The only thing that pisses me off is then I don't get the notification in my headphones, and I kind of rely on that.
Yeah. Mine's weird, so sometimes I'll be wearing my headphones and I'll hear that, it'll go off in my headphones. Other times, nothing. And then, like, I won't even feel the rumble in my pocket.
Right.
And, like, I'll check it and, like, oh, I had a message from, 30 fucking minutes ago. So it just picks and chooses what it wants to do. Like, I have the Beats headphones, and they're better than the Samsung ones. But it's kind of the same. It's not reliable.
Yeah. I don't know. I got the Pros. They're not as, don't get me wrong, they don't hit as hard or bassy as the Beats do.
Yeah. I think that's, I don't know, that's these things. Yeah. I don't know if they're Beats Pro or Beats what, but they're pretty good. The Samsung ones, I went through 3 pairs in 2 years because the sweat would get to it, so the sound would start going out, so I had to switch to something else.
I want you to try this.
What is this? Patron?
Yeah, it is a Patron, but it's very unique.
Okay. I've never seen Patron other than a clear bottle.
I know, and there's a reason for it.
Let's see. That's not very strong.
No.
Interesting. Okay. It burns real sharp on the tip, and then it's smooth as hell in the back. That's nice. What is that?
They put it in they took an old whiskey barrel, charred it out, and that's where they barreled it. And they cast it in there.
Oh, there's that whiskey kick at the end, that little burn in the back.
Like smoke.
Yeah. Okay. Damn, that's pretty good. I like that.
I do too. The guy gave it to me on sale.
Oh, nice.
But I go in there and I talk to him every now and then.
Oh yeah, that makes a world of difference.
The dude right there by the one on the Albertsons.
Oh, the big can store or whatever it's called. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll just stop in and talk with him and see what he has to say. And he's like, try this, try that.
When I first moved here, my buddy lived over on base housing off 16th Street. And he used to know the guy that did the one on Avenue B, right there where Luis lives. But that was before it burned down the first time.
Yeah.
So like I hadn't been in there since. They fixed it all. But yeah, he would go in there and get stuff like that.
I'm getting jealous of that crap.
Yeah.
Let's see, what am I choosing?
I don't know. I like Zelda.
I think I want Duck Hunt.
Duck Hunt's good.
Only because I learned how to cheat on Duck Hunt.
Oh yeah. Just at the light?
No, if you plug in second controller, you can control the ducks.
Oh, that's fun. Okay.
Yeah.
I do know that, I'm pretty sure you can cheat if you just aim at the light. It'll act like a hit.
Really?
Yeah, if it has to be like a light bulb. Not like, I don't know if fluorescent will work. Also, no, it doesn't work on flat screens.
Really?
Nope, you can't. You have to use it on a CRT.
There we go.
Nice.
Now we're up.
You have to use it on a CRT because when it flashes, it picks up the square where the duck is, and that's how it registers that it hits.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never tried it on a flat screen.
Mm-hmm. I just remember somebody telling me that when they were selling the, I think they did it like I don't know if it was a re-release or something. Maybe somebody was just talking about it at work when I worked at Walmart. But yeah, somebody was telling me they couldn't get it to work on their flat screen. They had to use the old CRT.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. But that explains why they didn't put Duck Hunt in the re-release of the little minis too.
Yeah, because they'd have to sell a gun too, which would be cool. I would like that.
Yeah, I would like, especially if it came smaller.
Yeah, there's no way they would do that. Plus, how much would it cost? They'd probably charge out the ass for it.
It'd be dumb.
Because remember when it first came out, I don't know how much they were original, but it came bundled with Mario, Duck Hunt, and the gun.
Yeah,
and I think 2 controllers. And you could get it all for whatever the price was originally. Like, who knows how much it would cost now just to sell the gun.
That'd be really expensive. Because I remember even when the Super Nintendo came out and they had the big one. Mm-hmm. I think it was like $100 on its own.
Yeah, Super Scope. I wanted one so fucking bad.
I did too, but there was only one game it worked with.
Yeah. And they sold games specifically for it, but, you
had to buy the thing.
Yeah, you had to buy the thing. You had to buy the game. We were lucky to get a game for your birthday, and that's pretty much all you got. So
I had 3 games?
Yeah.
Mario, because it came with it. Mm-hmm. Mario Kart, and I want to say NBA Jams.
Nice. We had quite a few for the Super Nintendo. I'm trying to remember how this worked. I think we had to sell it. My mom made us sell it to get the N64 when it came out. So we had to go they would set up at this old gas station in town and just sell their stuff on Saturdays. Yeah. And we had to sell our games and stuff and go with them and do it to buy the Nintendo 64.
I get that though.
Yeah. Which makes me sad because I kept a couple of the games, but like had some really good games that I got rid of because of that. Yeah.
But the Nintendo 64 was amazing.
It was great. I loved it. I think that's probably the system I've played the most of is the 64.
Most of us.
Yeah.
Because just in GoldenEye alone, you could.
Oh yeah, constantly. Or Perfect Dark when it came out with the bots.
Perfect Dark.
Perfect Dark was just the next step because you could put bots in the game.
Okay, so it wasn't just
me and my brother and my cousin, all fighting each other. It was, you could put 12 or 16 bots in the game.
Okay.
And they would run around. And they had different personalities. Like pacifist bots would literally just run around and not do anything. And then, you could up the difficulty. But yeah, that was fun. That was really fun.
Okay.
Yeah, but GoldenEye was the shit.
It was.
It was the shit. God,
I think it was one of the first games I actually ever went through and decided to beat the whole thing in one shot. Mm-hmm. Just one night.
Yep. Yeah, that was a thing. God, that was a thing. Oh, I want to do this. I'm going to beat this game tonight. Just stay up and do it.
I remember that. I could never do it with Mario, though.
No, Mario was too tough.
And it was long.
Especially if you wanted to get everything. I still don't think I ever got all 120 stars or whatever. I did never finished. Super Mario World was my favorite. Even I think I still like it more than in Mario 64.
Yeah.
Never could finish and get the star that told you completed it. Because there was one little world at the very end that was off to the side I could not figure out how to get to.
Okay.
And then I saw a speed run, like clips of a speed run somebody was doing. And they did it in the game. I'm like, what the fuck? There's no way. Because there's a part, it's literally a level. You have to go into this level and know where to go because you have to like fly up to the side of this wall and go above the screen where you can't see and go through this thing to get to the back. How the fuck is it 12-year-old supposed to figure that out?
No. It was never meant for it. And the internet wasn't there. You couldn't just...
No, yeah. It was before all that crap. We didn't get a TV or a TV. We didn't get a computer until 99 or some shit. So...
I think that's about the same.
Yeah. Like, there was no internet. There was no checking, none of the stuff.
So I remember when we first got a computer and it had a DVD-ROM.
Mm-hmm.
And
actually, I don't think we had DVD when I first got one.
No?
It was just CD.
We got ours with a DVD-ROM, and there was 3 of us all huddled around this little 19-inch CRT screen, trying to watch a movie, talking about how much clearer it is than the VCR.
Oh God, no, I don't think we had a DVD. The first one we had was a compact computer, and Windows 95.
I do remember 95.
Yeah, and I just remember, it was mostly just playing TIE Fighter and stuff like that. Like, it wasn't
playing TIE Fighter. Another game we played was some Lego game. Lego Island or something.
Oh yeah, Monkey Island, Lego Monkey or something like that. Yeah, I remember that game. But no, we played mostly like TIE Fighter and stuff because the internet we had was dial-up.
Yeah.
So my parents wouldn't let us go on there without them there to begin with, because you can't get on the internet without supervision. Right. And then B, if we did try to sneak on there, it was that. So there's no way you could do it.
I hated it.
Yeah, it was bad. So I ended up just playing mostly just PC games, computer games. I'm trying to remember. I feel like I had quite a few. But yeah, most of it. I remember TIE Fighter the most. That was so fun.
Those were good.
Yeah.
Why can't they just do them again?
They tried with that, the Squadrons. Did you ever play that one? It came out like a couple years ago.
I remember I wanted to, but I also know that when I played Battlefront, I was terrible when I picked up the... There's
a difference. I don't know what it is. It feels different.
Is it smoother?
It's smoother, but it's not as intuitive, it seems like. I don't know.
Okay.
Like it's harder to get into it to be good at it. So like you're playing 5-on-5 against other people. So if they're good, you're smoked every time. There's nothing you can do. And that's what happened to me. It was like I got it late. It was on sale for like $10. I bought it. Like, oh, this would be fun. You play the main mission that teaches you how to do. Okay, all right, I'm getting this, and then you start playing with other people, and you just get smoked. So I gave up.
I had the same problem with Ace Combat.
Mm-hmm.
I used to love playing Ace Combat, and then when I think it was Ace Combat 7, it's like you could actually fight people online.
Yeah.
Last 30 seconds.
Yep. Nope. I never played those online. I love them. They're great. They're fun. 100 and something missiles. You're just blowing shit up. But no, I never played it online because I knew I would die. Like, there's no point.
Those guys are sitting around with the actual joysticks and
playing on realistic settings and stuff. And yeah, there's no way.
No.
Yeah.
You want ice?
No, let's do it straight. What you making?
I didn't have anything to make. Oh, that was a pretty reveal.
That was cool.
I got stones.
Oh, work.
I'm wondering because they're wood, if they'll actually hold the smoke versus glass, like when I wash it.
I mean, it's kind of hovering there, which is shocking. Yeah, it's still in there. I do love that smell, though.
Well, the Patron was what I wanted you to try. This one,
okay.
This is just that 14-year-old Scotch with the bourbon barrel.
Oh, nice. I love that stuff. That might be my favorite, actually. The Scotch with the bourbon, because it mellows out that Scotch flavor.
It really does.
Yeah.
Next thing I got to try is I need to see. There's somebody was saying about the baking soda trick. I want to try it.
Baking soda.
Yeah, some people can't handle.
Oh, okay.
And so like you're supposed to be able to do it and cut it out. These little tiny guys. I didn't realize it.
Oh yeah. I can still it'll smell.
Yeah, it is.
That's good. Oh, that's nice. I like that.
Nice. I really love that one.
I love that it's sharp on the front, but then it's so smooth by the time it gets to the back. Because the one thing about the shitty whiskey is it hurts so bad when it hits the back of your throat. You end up having to drink a ton of water just to clear your throat out.
Stop.
No, it's bad.
Did work kill you today?
It was bad today. I got bumped off my route, which sucked.
For what?
So I'm a T6.
Yeah.
So I cover the days off for 5 different routes.
Oh, okay.
So the guy decided to volunteer today and came in on his day off. So that means I was bumped because he's not an OTDLer. He gets preference.
Right.
So he took his route and I had to do a route I've never done before, which was fun. It wasn't a big deal. I still got off in 8, but just a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always something stupid.
And the fair's no joke.
Yeah, that's the sad part was I was on the route right there on 32nd Street and Pacific. I was fine until I tried to turn that left onto Pacific, and I had to wait for 4 or 5 cycles because the line of traffic was so backed up.
That's ridiculous.
Just to get that left-hand turn because I delivered to there's a fiduciary and then the fair itself. Yeah. Luckily, when I got to that point, there was nobody going in, and then there's other businesses right there you have to go to.
Too bad they couldn't just bypass you.
Yeah, I probably could have gotten away with it. Just like, oh, hey, traffic was bad. I just told them, but it wasn't too bad. Once I got through the traffic, I was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you work today?
No. I'm taking some time off for the fair.
Oh, yeah, because kids on spring break and all that. Yeah. Makes sense.
And it's just, I didn't want to deal with work right now. Mm-hmm. It's been a long couple of months, man.
Yeah. Yeah, we're about to come up into our worst season because
people start dropping like flies, and then
it's the time everybody takes off.
Yeah.
So if you have leave, you take it June, July, or August. That's pretty much when you take your time off. So, and up to 9 people can be off at the time during that time because it's called prime time.
Right.
And so we end up with 9 people off every day on top of the call-ins, on top of the people's regular day off. So yeah, it gets pretty rough. But yeah. But yeah, it wasn't anything too bad. But post office is hiring. Well, not right now. I take that back. We just hired. But they're always hiring. People quit.
Always hiring.
Yeah, people quit, drop like flies.
Well, yeah, because a lot of them, they don't realize.
A lot of people think it's easy. And it is once you know how to do it. But learning how to do it's pain.
Yeah.
Because if you're got all this stuff you have to look at, matching all these addresses and things, and like, everyone's like, it's just, you look at the address and that's fine until you're looking at your letters and your flats and your parcels, and you got to make sure, okay, do I walk this one? Do I hop and stop? What do I do? Like, yeah, people get confused. And it took me, when I started, a good 2 months just to figure out, like, I can get this, I can do this, I know how to do this now. But it takes time to do it.
Right.
And people get in here thinking like, this is easy, it's not a big deal.
Just gonna walk and drop.
And they get frustrated. And then after like a month, because management's not nice about it either.
Right.
Like, hey, you suck. Like, you need to hurry up. So that discourages people. And so by the time, 2-3 months in, they're like, I don't want to do this the rest of my life. I'm done.
Yeah, people don't know how to just stick with things sometimes.
Especially nowadays, usually we hire 4 to 6 at a time. We're lucky if we keep 2. Like, it's usually 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, but usually, sometimes we get 2. But, it's one of those things like nobody wants to work.
No, they don't. Yeah. I think last time I did a round of interviews, I had to call, and for one position, I had to call 6 interviews.
Jeez.
4 of the 6 showed up for their interviews. And I think we had to do that job offer twice because the one person didn't even show up to orientation.
Now, I don't even think they're doing interviews anymore. I don't think you have to take a test. I had to take a test when I took the job the first time.
Really?
I had to pass an actual test. Like, can you read numbers? Basically, is all it was. Like, can you read numbers and figure this out? I don't think now you just put in an application and they call you when your name's up and you go to training. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. They did do something smart now, because I didn't get this when I started, but they send you on a shadow day where you don't touch any mail. You just go with the person for the day to see if you would want to do the job. But there's a ton of people who they come for their shadow day. They go for their 5 or 6 days of training now, come back and do their 3 or 4 days of OJI, and then quit. They'll get like a 2 weeks worth of a paycheck, and it's like, I'm done. I'm out. They won't come back.
No, that's not even worth it, man.
Yep. It happens quite a bit.
Because you can't even get into the good stuff until you've put in your time.
No, they don't know. At least now I'm into it far enough where I can get time off pretty easily. So, but yeah. I'm surprised that y'all are still hiring people. Ain't they cutting hours constantly? Ain't they like getting rid of positions?
No, not really.
Yeah.
I mean, there's small hour cuts. Don't get me wrong, because the summertime's coming and the dollars are going down. But you still have to have so many people in place, even just to do the bare minimum.
True. Plus, y'all do that. What is it? You're over right now. The picking now, where they give
do that thing.
Yeah, isn't that most of the store now? Is just people picking for other people?
It's surprisingly not yet. I've got 40, I think, right now.
Really?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I mean, I get it, because that's a lot of work. Like, you're literally shopping for other people.
And they just keep bumping us up.
Yeah.
They won't give me a remodel, but they want to keep increasing, and it's an old store. There's no real estate.
Yeah. Didn't they take away they're putting a chicken place in there, ain't they?
Yeah.
So you took away all that space.
They took away that space. We were over where the bank used to be. They took that away and rented out to an insurance company.
Who's buying insurance at Walmart?
You know what? I've got theories, none of which I'll put out on the internet. That is not a joke. I got theories, but I'm not putting them out on the internet.
I'm sure.
I think.
Well, Sunbank used to be in there, didn't they?
Yeah.
For a long time. Did they go out of business, or they just moved?
I think they just downsized, because I think there's still one location. Well, they got bought out by a company called the Academy Bank.
Oh, okay.
And then I think that they only have one location in town now.
That's weird, but yeah.
Yeah,
it's because they used to be everywhere. Every Walmart had a bank, Sunbank, and then they were in somewhere else. They were in too. Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, yeah. I know AEA is in like Fry's and all that.
Yeah, their main office is different.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that until I just happened to be driving down there.
Yeah, I don't know what they did, but I haven't been in there in years though. I used them for like 2 car loans. Yeah. And it was a pain in the ass, because at the time you couldn't pay online. So you'd have to go drop a check off or drop it off at the post office or whatever. So I'm like, this is too much trouble. I'm not doing this anymore.
Question.
Sorry. Yeah.
Because the last guy I talked to asked this, and I did not remember the answer. World War I. What were the primary factions?
It was the Triple Entente and the. I'm pretty sure it was the Allies. Allies again.
It was still Allies.
Yeah, the Triple Entente was the Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Ottoman Empire. It may have been Triple Alliance at first. I don't remember.
Okay.
Because it was England, France, and Russia.
Right.
And then when the U.S. got in and Italy got in, I think it became the Allies. Yeah. Because they had to get rid of the Triple.
God dang, all those people were related.
Oh, yeah. It was all ridiculous. Yeah. They all literally were cousins.
That's nuts, man. It was like one super family going on.
Yeah, it's insane. But I mean, that's how inbred they were. Like, they literally would only screw family. It's so weird to say.
It is, but I mean, that was just the thing. You had it was a bloodline thing.
Yeah, they had to be of the same blood. Which you think about it, like the ones that are in charge of England now. First off, they were German.
Right.
They had I forgot the House of Saxe something. They had to change it to the House of Windsor because of World War II or World War I, one of the two. It might have been the first one. But like, what about the other actual English? Like, yes, it started off as French, Norman. Then it became an actual English king for centuries, like the Tudors and all that. How did it switch to the Germans?
That's a good question.
I don't know enough about the history, but I thought about that. I'm like, oh yeah, they are German. They're not even English. Yes, they're English, duh, but like they're technically descended.
At what point did it switch?
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things like, oh, that's so weird. And yet they're so proud of them being the English monarchs. I'm like, okay.
But you also too, you don't heard of anything since the Middle Ages where there was an actual like takeover of the crown.
Yeah. There's not any, it's not a thing anymore.
At what point did it switch?
Actually, there was one. Well, it wasn't that. Was it Tibet or Nepal? I don't remember. Nepal, I think, where the son like killed the dad or something like that and took the crown for himself. I don't remember. I saw it's like one of those things you read. Kind of remember half of it. But yeah, I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that's actually something. Like he actually took the position for himself. But most of these is just so ceremonial.
Yeah,
it doesn't even matter anymore. Like if Charles was to die, like okay, it would just be William, and then what does he do? He has a kid. Like okay, nothing happens.
Continues.
Yeah, life continues.
It doesn't change the status quo of the government.
Exactly. It's not going to devolve into a civil war. It's not going to fucking change anything. Just going to keep going.
And it's funny to think about how that used to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you would literally have civil wars because the king died and he didn't have a male heir, or he had a bastard son, and some people wanted the bastard son. Other people like, oh no, his cousin Richard the 18th or whatever, he can take over because he's of the pure bloods. Like, yeah, that shit's crazy. And just so many people die for no reason. Like, oh, because we want pure blood compared to bastard blood. Like, it's still his kid. Like,
still his kid.
Oh God, that's so stupid. Think about how many people, millions of people died because of nobility. That's literally a thing that people just made up. Like it never existed. Like, oh God.
No, it's like, they're the ones with the, I don't know. You can say it all you want. It's like, well, there's a lot more of us than there are of them, and then we can turn around, but can we? Get more?
Yeah, it takes more. That's good. I like that a lot.
I do too. It is my favorite. Like I've got the 18-year and it's good. Mm-hmm. It's not this.
It's weird, right? You'd think the 18-year would be better, but there's something missing. It's not as, I don't know, smooth, I guess, satisfying. I don't know. I like that one though. And for what, $60 or whatever?
It's a really good price.
Yeah. I haven't eaten today, so it's coating. I can feel it coating inside. No, it's good. That's fine. I snacked when I got to the house. I ate some kettle corn that I had left over.
I got tacos and Hot Pockets.
Nice. I'm good. I'll be all right. I sober quick.
Yeah, that's true. And then I make sure we had water.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll drink that. I'll be fine. It's weird. I have, 4 different types of whiskey at the house. And every now and then I'll drink a couple drinks and won't feel a thing.
I know, same here.
Yeah. Like I have no idea.
You pour a glass, you kill it, and you think, okay, now what?
Yeah. I'll drink another one sometimes. Like, I want to get buzzed a little bit. Nothing. Like, well, fuck, I don't want to drink no more. I got to work tomorrow. So I ended up not doing anything. But yeah, it takes a lot for some reason. When I'm by myself, it takes a lot to get me buzzed. But if we go out, 2 beers, I'm starting to feel it. It's so weird. I don't understand. Like, it's so strange how that works. Like, I'm drinking hard liquor, and I won't feel it as much as 2 beers sometimes if I go out. It's weird. Yeah.
I can't explain that one.
Yeah, super weird.
Oh, I didn't realize there was a back.
Oh, the actual back of the cartridge.
Yeah, it's not just blank.
It's funny. I went back and tried to play some of those. Because I have the Switch, and it has all the stuff.
Oh, yeah.
They suck.
Yeah.
They're really hard to play.
They're very hard to play.
Super Nintendo, I can play all day. It's fun. 64, same thing. But NES, like, it's not fun.
Even the Super Nintendo had 6 extra buttons. That just gave you more ability.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Like Super Metroid, I still go back and play it. Legend of Zelda, still go back and play it. But yeah, the NES ones, like, oh God, it's such a drag.
I know. I actually tried to play that Zelda on my phone on an emulator. I got like half an hour in and I'm like, dude, I'm stuck. I have no idea where to go.
You have to look up a thing, a guide.
Path.
Yeah. Yep. If you don't remember it from your childhood, you have to look up a guide.
No, it's like, how did I get through this the last time?
Because I remember, I don't know if I ever beat it, but I got close. I got to like level 8 or whatever. I remember that part because I remember you have to burn a certain bush to open up Dungeon 8. I remember that. Last time I played, I remember that. So I'm like, oh, okay, I at least got this far. Couldn't beat it though. I have no idea. But same thing with the only one I've played on my phone, but the emulator is Pokemon. Pokemon Red.
Yes, I did that too.
It's fun until I get to the point I can't remember what to do anymore. Usually around the Safari Zone, like I forget what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I guess I'm done. I just don't forget. I just don't remember. So I just give up.
There was a town I got stuck in. I remember which one. I think it was it Lavender Town?
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't.
Is it the ghost town?
Or maybe it's not Lavender Town. It was the one where the Snorlax was in the way.
Oh, that's Saffron, I think.
And I couldn't.
I
didn't have the flute.
Yeah.
And I didn't have cut yet. I didn't remember where the heck I got cut from. Couldn't figure out. I'm like, okay, but I can't also go back because your bike doesn't go that way.
Yeah. Yeah, you're stuck. There's one place. It's the one city in the middle. I don't remember the name of it, but that's where you have to like get the flute and all this stuff. But like, if you don't know where to go, well, because at one point you have to go into this tower and work your way up the tower and find all the stuff. And like, I don't know, it's so convoluted and stuff. Like, how in the hell did an 8-year-old figure this out?
Well, we did.
I know. We all did.
We did, because I beat all the gym leaders.
I did too. Same thing. I beat the game when I was a kid on Game Boy. Cannot remember how the hell I did it.
I know, and it's ridiculous. It is really linear, and yet you get stuck.
Yeah. It's like, oh, this should be obvious because it was obvious. It was obvious to an 8-year-old.
I know.
And like, you get there and you're like, what the hell? I don't know what I did.
It's so annoying.
Oh God, what game was it? I went back and played some old game that I used to be really good at. I don't remember what the hell it was now. But it's one of those things like, okay, I used to love this and I used to play it all the time. I hate this. This sucks. How the hell did I do this? I wish I could remember the name of the game off the top of my head. But yeah, it's one of those like, it requires a certain skill. Like you have to be able to do, time the stuff and all that. What the hell was it? Fuck, I don't remember. But yeah, it was just one of those like, oh, you have to be able to go through this and do this in a timely manner. And then you fucking don't know how you do it. And it's just, oh, this sucks. I can't play this anymore. Like I played the reboot of GoldenEye. They remastered it, re-released it. It felt so fucking odd.
It's janky.
Yeah. Like, how did we play so much of this with one stick and C buttons? Like we played it constantly.
We didn't know better.
I guess. I think that's what it was. We just had no idea. Like, this is the pinnacle.
That's how you learn. Now you have 2 joysticks and then you can't. Even I struggle with a mouse sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I tried playing first-person shooters on the computer.
It's weird.
It is.
Yeah. It's very weird. I've been trying to get into it. I need to buy an actual desk and hook my laptop up to a monitor and play like that. Because I played New Vegas first, and I've been playing Oblivion and modded the hell out of it.
Yeah, because Oblivion's really pretty when
fun. It's good. But after a while, just using the keyboard and mouse, and like my hand starts to hurt.
Like this.
Yeah, and just like it's on my lap.
Especially in your lap.
Yeah, exactly. I got the mouse over here on the couch and the keyboard over here, and it's like after a while, just like my wrist starts to hurt. It's uncomfortable. It's on a little screen. And so like, oh, how did I do this? I'm like, oh, wait, because it was on the TV. And I can just sit on my couch and play it with the controller. So much better.
I know. I've been very tempted to sync up one of my PlayStation controllers to the computer.
You can buy the regular Xbox controllers and just USB. Or you can Bluetooth it, but you can also just USB run right to it. Because it's just a USB-C plug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I've done that before for some of the games. But
that's not a bad idea.
Yeah. But I want to do that. I want to get like an actual setup and put it on there. That way I can sit at a computer chair and play on a monitor.
Be comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I did do that with it once on my lap and playing with the controller. And I'm literally on top of the keyboard playing like this. It's so fucking weird.
I know. When I started playing games on my laptop, I ended up just plugging into the TV.
Yeah.
I got a TV tray and just stuck it there in front of me. But even that, you're still like...
Yeah, you got a keyboard and mouse like wireless. So,
It's still awkward as hell.
Yeah, I did that for a while, but it's the same thing after a while. It's just like, it is what it is. I'd rather play with a controller. I don't know if that's something that just because we grew up with it like that, but I'd much rather play with a controller.
To me, it's easier. I get that the mouse is faster. I do. It's just easier.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
I also mistap with my keyboard all the time.
Oh, yeah. All the time.
I go to hit tab and I hit Q, and then instead of hitting W, I hit R, and then I start zooming around the way.
I can't type anyway. I literally can't type. I took typing in school. Still can't type. So I have to look. Most of the time, I'm like doing this, looking at the keyboard anyway. But I have WAS down. I could do that. But then half the time, like you say, you're reaching for tab or whatever, and you hit the tilde key, so you're, the cheat or the little screen comes up and blocks half the screen and all that. So yeah, it's annoying.
It is annoying.
Yeah. So how did y'all end up talking about World War One?
This dude was just talking about everything. He just was trying to get the comfort. He was very excited to talk. We got into a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah.
Not weird, but very technical stuff. And he was just like, "Can you tell me the names of the sides of World War One?" I was like, not off the top of my head. I think it was the Axis and the Allies. Like, no, that's World War II. Like, I don't remember World War One. I just remember it's Franz Ferdinand.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much all everybody knows about World War One. Franz Ferdinand, and then the Germans lost, and the Treaty of Versailles.
The only thing I really remember about World War One was trench warfare.
Yeah.
But that's because that was interesting when they started talking about the trench warfare, and like it was brutal.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's one of those things where, let's say you had to go back to one war in the past and would want, you had to fight in that war. That's one I would never go to.
No,
because there's stories of like soldiers trying to walk to the trench, like they're in the back and they're trying to walk to the trench, and they've got these little 2x4s or whatever that you have to walk down on, and they're laden with all their gear. They have their packs and their guns and everything, and you step off and fall into an artillery crater that's just mud. You're dead because they can't pull you out. You're stuck in that mud. They literally can't pull you out because you're 10, 15 feet down, and you just sit there and you die. However long it takes you. If you're lucky, they'll put a bullet in you.
If you're not, then the rats are coming through, because the rats are
coming
everywhere.
through, or you're gonna sit there and starve to death or dehydrate, basically. But yeah, and like the gas, there's so much gas and all the ammonia from the artillery shells. Like, the water's disgusting because it's full of chemicals and shit. Like, there's nothing you could. It's just everywhere. Like, everything's disgusting. Everything's covered in mud, and you're stuck there. And then there's some dude's gonna blow a whistle, and you gotta run up over the top of that into machine gun fire and hope you don't die.
You never understood the concept of no man's land until you find out about World War One.
That's fucking crazy.
There's just entire fields that nobody was allowed to touch.
And I've thought about that mentality you have to put yourself into. Like, if you run up over that hill, you're gonna die. Odds are you're gonna die. Like, most of them died from that. So you see the guy, the attack's coming at 7 a.m. or whatever. You hear that whistle. You still have to get up and go. Otherwise, you'll be shot half the time.
Right.
Or you'll end up, being executed for desertion or whatever. So, like, you have to get up and run to your death.
You're dead either way.
Yeah, basically, I think that's what it is. I think they accept, like, I'm just going to be dead. Like, there's nothing I can do. So, fuck it. Let's go.
Let's go.
I don't want to leave my brothers behind, so I guess I'm going with them. Like, holy shit.
I know that one. How people didn't come up as messed up as they did.
I mean, a lot of them did. We just never talked about it.
That's true.
Yeah. Like, that's going to sound fucked up. Everybody talks about how there's been an increase in, like, autism and different things in the past 50 years. I don't think there has been. I think that they just used to kill their kids when they came out different.
I mean, it's very possible.
If you live on a farm, you got 8 kids, you're by yourself, one of them comes out all fucked up, how are you going to take care of that kid? Everybody's got to work. Everybody's got to contribute. Those kids are working at 4 or 5 years old. They're doing chores.
Yeah.
So, like, how does that work?
That or they just...
Nobody had disabled brothers unless you had money.
That's true.
If you had money, yeah, that's why you end up with, like some people like FDR and different things where they had disabilities but were able to do other things. Other than that, like, you didn't really see a lot of mentally challenged people that were poor.
Well, yeah, like, because how are they going to live?
Or physically challenged.
Even if it wasn't the parents, like, at the end of the day,
something's gonna.
There's just too many complications, and if you can't afford it, then
what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? There's nothing you are gonna do.
Or you're out in the middle of nowhere. Literally, a lot of people are literally hundreds of, well, maybe not hundreds, but 10, 15 miles outside of town with a horse, if they're lucky.
It's a 3-hour drive into town.
What are you gonna do? Nothing you can do.
No.
So, yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things you think of, like, people lived different lives 100 years ago. Completely different. There was no capacity for what's the best way to put it? There's no room for, I'm blanking on the word right now. Compassion, really.
Okay.
In a lot of these places.
Yeah.
Like you have a choice to make. And I'm not saying you're going to kill your kid. I'm just saying there's nothing you can do for it.
Right.
There's literally nothing. Like the kid's, something's wrong. Can't afford to go to a doctor, or there's no doctor around. Or back then, I don't even know if they could treat a lot of this stuff.
I don't think they could either. Like if somebody came out with cerebral palsy, it's like,
yeah, what are you going to do? The baby's going to shake itself to death. Or, well, yeah, I guess that's how it works. I actually don't know. I shouldn't say that. But I guess that's what it would. Yeah, they have fevers. They have different things,
and there's nobody there to treat them.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's crazy. Like we have it so easy now.
I know, we really do.
Everybody talks about how terrible it is right now. I'm like, man, we have it so easy now. We have air conditioning in every house. Like, I mean, come on, it's so easy. You have fresh running water everywhere you go.
You're not walking outside to dig it up from the well, and hopefully it's not contaminated.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't have to go pump it when it's 20 degrees outside and it's frozen, and you got to somehow get it out from the break the pipe open and then pump it and hope the water comes out. Yeah. Like my dad even grew up on a side of a hill that had a cistern for water, that had a latrine outhouse for the bathroom. Like, and that was in the early 50s, late 40s. Like, shit's just different. Hell, my great uncle lived in a house with an outhouse until he died in like the 90s. Like, just because that's where he lived. They didn't have plumbing.
He grew up with it. What's the difference?
He didn't care. Yeah. So it's weird. That's really good. I'm feeling it real.
All right, what's that on? Don't worry about it.
Oh man, that's good though.
I got Helldivers you can try.
Oh hell yeah. That's the sad thing. It's not on Xbox. It pisses me off so much.
I know, and it's just not the same on the computer.
Yeah. No, my brother plays it on the computer, and I don't know. I've wanted to download it, but like it's the same thing. Playing mouse and keyboard on a laptop, like.
So my big issue, the reason why I didn't get it on my computer, because it would be faster on my computer.
Yeah.
The reason why I didn't was because what I was told is that how you're moving, you can't run and call in your supports, because you call in your supports on the D-pad.
Right. So
if you're running, how are you supposed to call in?
You can't hold it down. Yeah, do all that. Yeah.
You don't have a third arm.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I didn't think about that. It's funny. I've seen people playing it, and they're just diving and doing all. Like, how do you do that with a mouse and keyboard? I'm sure there's a way to do it, but it seems like it would be much easier on a controller.
Is.
Because you're just running and diving and throwing shit and shooting and
Hell, even Power World, I was thinking about getting my controller hooked up to it.
Yeah. I tried to play that. It was fun for a minute, and then it turned into Minecraft kinda, and I'm like,
it's a very resource grabby.
Yeah.
It's a survival. I get it. It's a survival simulator. You got to go do all this stuff.
Yeah, capture Pokemon, which is cool. I mean, not Pokemon, but monsters, which is fun.
Although, see, if Nintendo was not so mad about it,
yeah,
why fight it? Just give everybody what they clearly want.
That's the thing. That's all people have been asking for. Like they had the 3D ones. Yeah.
When the Switch came out, that's what they had promised us.
I played
a Breath of the Wild style Pokemon.
Yeah, I played Scarlet, I think, which is the newest one, or maybe not. No, Shield, which was the first one, the 3D one. And I'm like, it's still just Pokemon. You're just walking around. You walk around literally, and you see the thing, and you walk up to it, and it changes screens just like it would in the. Yeah. It's the exact same game. It's just 3D instead of 2D. I'm like, it's not like even in Power. Like, okay, this is in the world. Like, oh, I'm walking up to it and I'm throwing the ball at it. Like,
you have to aim the ball.
Exactly.
You're not going into a designated fight screen. Yeah. And if you don't want to mess with that one, you just keep walking. Exactly. And hopefully it doesn't.
And that's literally all everybody wanted with Pokemon.
Yeah.
Just let me go walk around. I think there is one you can do that on, but like it's still not the same. It's still just like
Yeah, this is what people wanted. They made it.
Mm-hmm.
So make it better.
Yeah,
because you have the resources to make it better.
Them, or maybe they let them go.
They filed a lawsuit, but it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
It's still. I think they're just trying to tie them up because
litigate.
You can't. I don't even think you're going to have a case for copyright infringement on that one.
No, because you can't just claim capturing monsters is yours.
Yeah, and they're not monsters. They're a whole different name.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's a different play. Like it's a different play style. There's guns involved. Like the Pokemon actually do monsters actually do other things. Like you can have them harvest your wood or harvest your metal, like do different shit.
Yeah, you can turn it into a farming game.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
Yeah,
I got the same problem. You just kind of get. It grinds too much. Like you got to sit there and wait and wait and wait.
And that's my thing is like after a while, I'm like, oh, this is fun, but okay, I got to get this amount of materials to build this. And then once I do that, I have to get more to build the next thing. And just after a while, I'm just like, I'm good. I don't need to play this anymore. If there's not an ending, what's the point of building towards it?
Yeah.
Like once you play, like, oh, I see it's fun. It's okay. But like, I don't see the point in continuing when there's really not an ending to it.
It was like, the thing with Sons of the Forest.
Yeah.
Like I know there's an ending to it, but after that, what? Like, why did I need to build this giant base when you can run the whole game in 7 hours? Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, 7 or 8 hours. It's not.
I mean, you have to craft, you have to do stuff, you have to sleep, but you don't need the whole base building mechanic. Like it is.
Yeah. That's unnecessary. Like I know a lot of people didn't like it, but Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, and Breath of the Wild. Yeah. Like there's some crafting. It's literally you just mixing like berries and shit together to make food.
Right.
That's it. That's the type of crafting that I'm okay with. Elden Ring, perfect example. You make consumables and shit that you use on the bosses, and you have to collect the stuff as you go. You just hit the Y button as you're riding by on your horse, and you pick all the stuff up.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, that's it. And if there's something specific you want, like, okay, I got to go look it up and find out where it is. That's fine. But it's like, oh, I need this much to craft this, and I use this on this boss, and then I'm done. And I don't have to do it anymore if you don't want to.
It's not dependent on the game.
Yeah. You can use it if you like. I've done a whole playthrough. Like I've played Elden Ring so much. I've done a whole playthrough, just didn't use any consumables, any pots or anything you craft. Like just play through the game because there's no point if you don't want to do it.
Right.
But it helps if you want to.
Makes
your life fun easier. Sometimes. Yeah. You play different things, do different things. Makes your life easier. Exactly. Yeah. But it's not necessary like it is in fucking PoW World.
It is.
Yeah.
Because you can't do anything without the base.
And like I built my base right off at the start.
I think we all did that.
And I'm like, oh man, I got to go all the way back.
I think we all did that. And then we learned. So when I got my second one, I dropped it off some like a big resource heavy thing. So if I just let them roam, they'll go collect crap.
Nice.
Then you have to move all the other stuff.
That was what got me at the end.
Like, there needs to be a way okay, I just need a shared chest system.
Which has been in games for how long?
I know, like, Fallout has it. You drop stuff in your primary chest, and any of those chests around the game, you can pick it back up. That's all I needed. I could throw everything in the chest and move.
Speaking of Fallout, the show.
It's not out yet, right?
Comes out Thursday.
Yeah.
It looks so fucking good. I don't want to get my hopes up, but at the same time, I got my hopes up.
Well, it's Amazon, and Amazon's been doing really good with their shows.
Except for Halo.
That's Paramount, though.
Oh, it is Paramount. Oh, good point. Okay.
And I don't know, they took the story weird.
That's the thing with Halo is they completely took it away from the game. Like it's completely, but this looks it's actually kind of following the humor's there and the different things are there. It looks like it's not like Walt Goggins. I think he's great.
I do too.
I think it's going to be
It's
better.
perfect for a ghoul.
Yeah. I think it's
an outlaw ghoul,
really good. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I don't know the girl, but she looked like a wide-eyed, she doesn't know. Like, oh my God, everything's new to me.
And that's perfect. She can grow into the character like we all had to.
Yeah, look great. So yeah, I'm excited for that. It looks really good.
I know.
I just hope everything drops at once and I don't have to wait week by week. I haven't heard anything if that's the case, but
no, it's Amazon. They'll do weekly. Because when I was watching Reacher, it was week by week.
That's another good show. I really like Reacher a lot.
Okay, but they stuck to the book material. That's the point.
That's literally all you got to do is be close to it. It doesn't be perfect. Just be close to it.
Sure, you can take some creative license, but if you're following the primary story, you've got the main characters. They're doing what the main characters are supposed to do. It's going to work because the book is loved.
Exactly. Supposedly, the Tom Cruise movies were close to the books, but everybody hated that it was Tom Cruise when he's supposed to be this 6'6" jacked dude.
Yeah.
who's beating everybody's ass. Like Tom Cruise. I'm sorry. I like Tom Cruise. He's a great actor. I really like his movies. Reacher. He's not Reacher. He's not a big, giant, scary dude. Nobody's going to be afraid of Tom Cruise. I think if I saw Tom Cruise, I'd be like, oh.
No, Alan Richardson was meant for that role.
Yeah. Which is weird if you look at him. I didn't realize it at first. Blue Mountain State. Yeah, that's him.
That's him.
He's so skinny though. Like, yeah, he's still like pretty ripped.
Pumped though.
But he's so skinny in that show.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got fucking huge for this one.
Hell, he was big in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Was he in that one?
He was young Scully or young Hitchcock.
Oh, okay.
Before they ate all the wings.
Right. Yeah, I haven't seen... There's a few seasons of Brooklyn Nine-Nine I haven't seen. I watched the first few and then I dropped off at some point. It's really funny. I like it, but
it was really good. I think I lost interest in the last season, but they were dealing with the whole political climate. I get it.
Yeah.
You've got to make a commentary on that as a giant network, but
not everybody wants to see that though.
No.
Like it's one of those things where you made the choice and that's fine. It's your show, but
I mean, I honestly think they put a bow on it.
Yeah.
It tied up nicely. It didn't end really bad.
Right.
It didn't end with some crappy.
Yeah, because it got canceled, right? And then they brought it back to finish it. Yeah.
And it did. It wrapped up nicely. Yeah, it's kind of like the first season of everything. You have to power through. You kind of have to power through like the first few episodes to get to the end episodes of the season. And it was good, but everything up to it was hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, everything I saw, the first few seasons were really funny. I really enjoyed them. It's just one of those that just dropped off. Same thing, I'm making myself watch The Expanse again because I loved it.
Yeah.
But it took so long between seasons like 3, 4, and 5 that I don't remember. I watched them all, don't get me wrong, but I don't really remember this whole story.
Yeah, you got to go back and kind of reinvest.
Yeah, basically. So that's what I have to do now. I mean, I have to do it, but I want to do it.
Right.
Yeah. It's one of those things like it's a really good show. It's worth the effort, I think, but just time consuming.
Yeah. Well, unless you just run it in your pocket while you're working.
Yeah, I guess I could do that. The only thing is my phone battery.
That's why I switched off of that one because that battery is just.
So it's funny. I've had it about a year. And as long as I keep it shut, it's been fine up until recently. Yeah. Recently, it started dying. Even when it's shut, I'm listening to podcasts. I'm not really watching anything. But for some reason, it'll be down to 25% after 6-7 hours. That's not right. It used to be 50 or 48. Now it's almost getting to low battery point by the time I get off work. So it's kind of disappointing because I still got like another year. I got to pay it off before.
Right. No, just do the trade-in.
Yeah, I might end up having to do it.
Because if you can wait for them to do a good trade-in value. Yeah. It'll pay off the old phone and then just rack up into the new one.
That's true. I always forget about that they do that now where you don't have to pay it off first.
Yeah,
you can just,
Because when I switched companies, I took mine and they gave me $900 for it.
Oh, damn. Nice.
And
what did you switch to?
I went to Spectrum.
Oh, okay. How was that one?
It's not bad.
Okay.
I haven't had any issues in town. I haven't left town yet, though.
Right.
But it's better coverage than AT&T in town.
Yeah.
I know, like when we went to Vegas, I had great service, and you guys were all kind of searching.
Yeah, because Verizon was not, for some reason, not great. Yeah.
But, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, that's good. I want to see what Allo does.
So I started looking them up, and they're still pricey.
Oh, yeah.
They're not much cheap. They're not much, well, actually a little bit more expensive than Spectrum is now. Yeah. But it's supposed to be faster.
Right. Well, it's funny. For the longest time, Spectrum would tell you up to 150 megs per second. And that was the fastest you get. Normally, you get 20. Like, oh, if you complained about it, oh, sorry, a lot of people are using it, blah, blah, blah. We don't have the bandwidth, blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden now, it's up to 300 for the basic level.
Yep.
And I hit 250 regularly. And like, now all of a sudden you have the bandwidth because you got a competitor. And you can also, if you want, I think get gigabit speeds with Spectrum now. Yeah, they never offered that before. It's like 100 and something a month, but still, like, where did that come from? That wasn't a thing before.
No.
Where did that all of a sudden come from? You haven't laid new line. You haven't done anything different. Like, what happened that you have that available now?
I flipped the switch. That's all it is. I mean, the cable line's not going to go any faster. They just flip the switch.
I guess so. Or I don't know what they did, but all of a sudden they got gigabit speeds. They got constant 250, 300 megabyte speeds. How does that happen?
I talked to one of the guys from Allo, and he was basically saying that once they get the fiber laid, they're actually going to run a fiber line to your house.
Yeah.
And then they have a fiber adapter outlet, and then you run the modem. I don't know if it goes straight from the fiber to the modem, or if they have a junction and then you run cable.
Yeah. I would think it would do. Actually, I don't know. I don't know how fiber works. I know it's faster. I know it's way faster. I don't know how exactly because cable's got limits to it.
Yeah.
So I would assume you'd have to run the fiber to the house.
Well, I know it goes all the way to the house, but I'm thinking it has to go to the actual modem.
Yeah, I think so. I think you'd have to run it into the modem. Otherwise, what's the point? Because you're still going to use a cable to connect it to the...
You're going to lose that tiny bit of speed right there.
But yeah, definitely, I don't really need it for anything, but definitely want it.
I know. It's going to be so much more consistent.
Yeah. That's what I'm worried about. Is this, how much is it going to cost actually once they're done? Because what is it right now? It's like starting off 120 or something like that.
What was it? I looked it up.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was.
For 500, it's 90.
Damn, that's a lot. Yeah. Because for 300, I'm paying 55 with Spectrum. So yeah, I thought it would be cheaper than that for 500. But they are new. They're just trying to make their money probably.
Apparently, there's a lawsuit going on about them.
So I read something about that. I don't know if it's the same lawsuit, but I do know that apparently Gila Electronics, Beam Speed, I think it is, they run. They misled two city councilmen into saying that Allo did not have the proper permits to do their work. And then it turns out that no, they do. Everything was done properly. But Beam Speed is basically trying to interfere because they know they're going to go out of business. Yeah,
Beam Speed wasn't holding on. They were holding on by a thread as it is.
Now, granted, that's my take on it. I don't know if that's true. Don't sue me, but no, that's what I read that somewhere on one of the statements that they had supposedly misled a couple city councilmen who are the ones that reached out to the attorney general, who the attorney general looked into it. So I don't know if it was a lawsuit or if it was an investigation, but there was something like that.
I thought I saw the word lawsuit, but I didn't click the link.
It could be too. I don't know. Maybe there's something else going on we don't know about. It's one of those things like, who pays attention to businesses? I mean, honestly, like there's all these businesses in town. You just know a few. Don't buy a house that Hall Brothers built, shit like that. Other than that, I don't really know what's going on. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with any of these businesses. Like, if they could be getting sued, they could be getting, like, who knows? Yeah. Oh, man. God, that's good.
Wow, the smoke is wearing off.
Still good, though. Still adding a little bit of something to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nice. I like it a lot.
I know. I got that infusion kit. I think I'm going to try it out on something.
Okay.
I got a bottle of bourbon. I don't know what to mix it with, though.
Get a cheaper bottle or like a basic bottle. Something like some Buffalo Trace or something. Yeah. And then I infuse that, maybe see how that goes. Something you're not running. Oh, yeah.
Because I just need the population to grow so that I can, level up, make more money, start expanding. And then when I grabbed this, I went to check on it, and I'm like, what the hell? My population's going down. So I got these flavors.
Oh, nice.
You're supposed to infuse it with. I don't know where to start. I got 2 bottles.
That's a good question, actually. What is that? Bird's eye chili, orange peel, coffee beans. Ooh, coffee beans. Cocoa beans. Cinnamon would be the easiest one.
Yeah, but I don't want to just make another fireball.
Yeah, true. Dark chocolate, vanilla dream. Tell you what.
Excuse me.
It's interesting. Orange peel would be really good with a bourbon because that's what they do with old fashioned anyway. It's orange peel with everything. That would be really good. Vanilla dream would probably be good with like something that, like the harsher whiskeys
to make it soft.
To make it softer, to smooth it out. That probably, or the dark chocolate, either one would be really good. I don't know what the hell that is. American Sweetheart. Chai mix, Cocoa beans. Cocoa and coffee, I mean, that's good with anything. I think that would be fine with pretty much anything.
I can't smell anything. I don't know what that is.
There's no smell. There's literally no smell. Yeah. Maybe if you burn it, maybe try burning it a little bit.
Yeah, let's try burning it.
Here.
A little bit
more.
Where'd you go?
See what it smells like, I guess.
If we don't get all the hickory.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and then put the lid on it and we'll smell the smoke when it's done. Is it actually? Yeah,
there it goes.
There you go. But yeah.
Yeah, I haven't tried one of these yet, but because I didn't know where to start.
Yeah, I would say like orange with the bourbon or this one with the harsh whiskey, like Buffalo Trace or something. That'd probably be the best way to start. So how do you infuse it? Do you literally just put it in the bottle and let it sit?
I got the instructions inside, but I think that's all it is.
Yeah, that's what I kind of would have thought. So you would just do that and then filter it out, I'm assuming, yeah. Yeah, Samantha got me that bottle of Japanese whiskey.
How was it?
It's good, but the cork broke when I was opening it. So I ended up having to push it in, and I didn't have a filter. So I was literally sitting there with my hand, like pouring it. Not all the time, just like I poured most of it out, but to catch the last little bit, I was like trying to catch all the cork out of it because I didn't want to drink any.
Right.
So, and that was when I just moved, so I didn't have a filter at the house, or like anything.
Even a coffee filter.
Yeah, that's what I should have thought about that, but I didn't think about that. Did it do anything? Let's see. It just smells like straight wood.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing, like a fire, or like a fireplace or something. Maybe that's what it's supposed to be. American Sweetheart? I don't know. Yeah, there's nothing different about it. It just smells like straight charcoal.
Still got nothing to it.
Yeah.
Man.
Whoops. I'll just take this one. Yeah, I still don't smell anything. That's so weird. I don't know what that one is. Yeah. I would go with one of the other ones, though. Maybe leave that one to the side. But these all look the same. That's the funny thing.
Pretty much. Well, these two are the same.
Yeah.
Oh, so I got 2 vials of each.
Oh, yeah.
Of those.
Yeah.
Because I think if I remember reading it right, it's like you're supposed to take something from here and something from here.
Oh, it's like a mixture. Okay. Tell you what. Bourbon, orange, and vanilla.
Yeah, I'll make a little bourbon dreamsicle.
Yeah. Same thing. Take your dark chocolate with your coffee beans.
That would be really good.
What about Maker's Mark with the dark chocolate and the coffee beans and the dark chocolate? Something like that. I don't know what you would do with the chai mix, though. I think of tea whenever I hear that. I don't know.
What is it? What's the profile on it? I think it's spicy, though, isn't it? Like almost like opposite.
Something like
cinnamon?
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like a lighter spice. It's got a little kick to it, but it's not anything. That's nice, though.
You know what I would think? What if you mix it with gin?
Okay.
Like the herbaliness of gin.
Yeah. Mellow it out a little bit. Yeah, gin would be good. Same thing with maybe the chili with a gin, too.
The chili with a gin would be good.
Put a little extra kick into it. But yeah, I like the orange and the vanilla with a bourbon. I think that would be good.
Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I got a bourbon I can try with.
There you go.
Take them out so I don't forget.
At least to see, see if it's worth doing.
Yeah.
Just make sure, always do it with the cheap stuff.
That's the plan.
Something you don't mind losing.
That is the plan, sir.
Oh.
So this is the first time I've used this one.
Hopefully
I tested the battery life on it.
Oh, it's still going. It's still green.
Well, the last one I had weren't as good, and I had at least 3 hours.
Oh, that's good.
Before, and I never even let them die. I just know that they went 3 hours before I put them back in the box.
What you got to do now is get the arms with the fucking microphones like everybody else does.
I thought about it. I really did, right? But I just like the idea that this, because if I do that, then I might as well get like real cameras.
Yeah, of course. Because then you're investing the money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, the arms aren't expensive like the mics. I could get
still.
A couple, like a pair of mics will cost $100.
Yeah.
A pair of arms will be about $150. But I don't know. The only thing that I did see, there was a mic pack system, $2,500. Comes in a little box.
Oh, like a professional mic pack?
Yeah, but it's these, one of the little squares. There comes with 4 of them, and then an independent, it's a dedicated record source.
Right.
So that you can have the separated audio and link it with your video.
Link it to a laptop and then...
That's also a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Well, that's actually editing, like going in and editing each track individually, each recording.
I've had to do that on this. It's not fun to like have to re-sync them back up.
That's why I don't think people like give editors enough credit for what they have to do. Like that's a lot. You have to go and sync everything up. That's why people clap when they do this stuff. It's like, oh, it can match this up with the sharp sound. It's easier that way. But there's still on top of that, you have to go through and make sure levels are good and nothing spikes and there's no distortion or anything. And like it's a lot of work.
I know I did an episode where these things shut off. And I went in there and I separated the first 18 minutes and I'm like cranking up the volume and I couldn't get nothing. And now all I would have to do is go back and do it again and I could probably remaster it again. I'm just not going to.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
It's a ton of work. I did not realize. I mean, I knew, but I didn't think I was actually going to have to do it.
Right. You think that like, oh, it sounds good right now. Like what I need to do. Like, oh, actually, there's different things you have to do. Yeah.
You know what sucks is that I had an old hard drive that corrupted. And now that I know how to do it, I used to have the footage of our ring eating. But I don't know if I can still I don't.
Yeah.
I tried to back it up on my new hard drive. I don't know if it's there. I'd have to go through it because it's a terabyte hard drive and it's dead slow. Like everything I do with this, I'm using a terabyte solid state.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, fantastic.
But even to get it off this, I've got a 256 USB-C flash drive.
Oh, damn.
So instead of plugging the phone into the computer, I'm just plugging into that.
That's pretty nice.
Because the phone takes forever.
Oh, yeah. Phones are always a lot slower for some reason.
Which I don't get.
Yeah. Like I figure like this next upgrade I do, I'm just going to start clean. Because I always transfer.
Yeah.
So I got like years worth of stuff on there. Like old apps I don't use, like all kinds of shit like that. I just want to clean it, start all over, and just have a fresh phone. So I have to download everything to my laptop, which is just going to be a pain in the ass. It always is. Even if you use Bluetooth, whatever you use, it just takes forever. Yeah.
Because I tried to back up my phone the other day so that I can delete all my pictures, like 2,000 photos. Yep. I want them off the phone. So I plugged in I was trying to just transfer them over. It was like a 4-hour wait.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Can't do it.
Yeah, it's stupid. It takes so long. Same thing. I got like, I don't know, 15 or 1,600 on mine. I know it's going to take forever. I got to start doing it eventually. I just haven't done it yet. Just because how long it's going to take.
I know, just because I don't want to pay Google for more storage.
Yeah. Been lucky on that part. I've never really filled the phone up. I've got about halfway, 3/4.
Yeah.
But I just stopped using it like that. I stopped downloading stuff then. But it's one of those things like Google Drive. They've got enough data. They don't need more of my data.
Yeah, I know. Now I'm only using it as a photo share.
Okay. That makes sense.
Because like some of the videos that I've done, you can't share them. They're too large. Like I know I cut together one of my dad's wedding and it ended up being like 8 gigabytes because it's 8K.
Right.
And even after I cut
it's
like
still
chunks of it out, it still came out to 8 gigabytes. So it's like, okay.
How long is the video?
10 minutes.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I'm telling you, these cameras,
they're great. Yeah, they're fantastic. So much detail.
Honestly, that's the biggest reason why I swapped out. Because don't get me wrong, I missed the screen.
You get the Google Pixel?
No, I got the 24 Ultra.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I heard the Google Pixel's got the best camera, quote unquote, but I mean, that one's so good.
I took a picture of the moon the other day with that 100 times zoom. It's beautiful.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah.
Like
that's funny because every time I try to take a picture of the moon, it turns out to be like that big. It never shows up right.
Oh, what did I find out? Go into your pro settings and then just increase your exposure. Let me see here.
Oh, okay.
I want to say, because this is a video. If it was on photo mode, I think there's an option like the speed there where you can increase it. But the only downside is then you have to like prop your phone.
Oh, okay.
The only time I've ever gotten anything good is we did the Eclipse walk up the Telegraph years back. So I had to set my phone on a rock and then slowly touch it to get the picture going. Then I got a long exposure of the city where even though they got the freeway with streaks.
Yeah.
But then I also have one where my phone fell off the rock and went down 10 feet, and you just got these little light lines going up.
That's fun. Yeah, that's the funny part too. The eclipse is on Monday, and it's going to go through Arkansas, like my home. And it's going most of the state, but most of the state's cloudy that day.
That's like everywhere. I saw that thing on somebody did one of Joe Pesci looking outside, like, what the hell is this? Because they were in New York, and New York's just going to be overcast.
Yeah. They're actually here. I think it's like 50% we can see. It's a pretty nice chunk. Like we'll see some of it. But like they're saying, I've never seen, I don't think most people have seen the totality. So like it's literally dark. But you can, if it's total, I think you can look at it without glasses. But even if it's like 1% off, and you're screwed, you hurt yourself if you're not
I got
good.
glasses.
Yeah, nice.
The last one that came through last year, I was taking pictures through the glasses.
Mm-hmm.
They came out okay, but again, that phone's only got base cameras.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get rid of mine next year or this year.
It's the batteries. Like I know there's 2 batteries in there. There's a battery in each side.
Oh, okay.
But even still, I feel like they're just...
Yeah, it shouldn't be draining that fast if there's 2 batteries in there. There's no reason for that. Like I usually have to get off work and plug it in, that type of deal.
I was charging mine on lunch every day.
Wow. Yeah.
Every day I was charging mine on lunch. And I think I had mine for I got mine a year before you.
Probably, yeah.
Because I was sitting on just about 2 years when I finally had to get rid of it.
Yeah, I've had mine I want to say about a year. And like I said, this is the first time I'm starting to have issues with it. It sucks. I love the phone though; it's great, but I'm gonna have to get rid of it.
I loved it being open.
Mm-hmm.
I loved having the tablet. I loved being able to sit, especially in the 90-degree angle on the table, with YouTube going. I had my headphones in. I didn't have to worry about a stand or anything.
Just sit there and watch it. Yeah, like a lot of times, it did for a while. I was able to get it where I could prop it up on its side like this with it open, and I could just watch the top screen. And I had it like that, and I'm like, if it was a YouTube setting, I don't know, I figured out how to get, like the bottom half was the comments,
a controller,
and the top was just the screen. It was like, great. I watch phone, TV like that a lot, and then for some reason something happened, I can't get it to do it anymore. Yeah, I don't know, but I probably fucked up some setting and just don't realize what I did.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of those. I accidentally clicked one on Instagram that made it stretch.
Yeah. Overfilled.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, what is this? That didn't do this yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, it's easy to do.
Yeah. I think you were officially my longest episode.
Nice. Oh, shit. Hour 13?
I know.
Damn.
It just went by.
Oh, that's cool. Nice.
It's even dark outside now. And I'm curious to see how that other phone, because that other phone's not the greatest.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Oh, so you're recording on both of them?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, hopefully it works out. Turns out good.
Well, you'll know.
What you could do, too, eventually, if it does work good, 2 cameras, switch back and forth.
So,
I mean, there's no reason for it. You can see everything there.
In my head, the way I really envisioned it, like if anything ever came of it and I needed to invest.
Yeah.
Would we have one behind me and one behind you, and then to have an HDMI switch like for USB.
Yeah.
So that I can hit it and then just have the computer tower with
when
the
you're
monitor.
talking, switch back and forth. Yeah.
So that I would have the power just sitting here. So I just need a wireless mouse and then the tower going, and then have the record from there. But
I mean, that's how fucking what Rogan has been able to do it. He has what's his face sitting over there.
Literally, that's all
he does. He equalizes everything and he switches back and forth. That's it. It just has. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure it's great for 4 hours just to sit there and do that. I think I would go nuts. I don't know, man.
The problem is that he literally, if he ever decided to leave, he could ask for any amount of money to go anywhere.
I don't think he ever would, though. I'm sure Rogan pays him so much fucking money.
He has to.
Yeah.
And he can't be that good.
And he lives the life he lives, whatever he wants to do.
Yeah.
He just has to be there for those hours during the podcast, and then what? That's it. Like, I don't even know if they edit the videos. I think they just throw them up as they are.
They probably do. I don't think there is much to edit. Oh, like other than when they go to the restroom.
Yeah. Actually, even then,
Sometimes
somebody
they let the camera roll.
yeah, the Protect Our Parks one, they just let that shit roll. But yeah. I'm sorry, it's been a long ass day.
I know.
Yeah.
I'll get you out of here in a minute.
Oh, that's all good. I don't care. I'm not gonna do anything.
Well, good. Come on. I'm gonna hook you up in Helldivers.
Cool.
Let's give it a shot. Thanks, man.